Lee Ki-young holds a big gift bag and laughs loudly. Everyone pay attention here. Now I will give everyone gifts. Yeah, Vice President, you are the best. Sword and shield for Park Deokgu. New glasses for Wang Junyeon. Oh ha ha ha, now I can see Park Deokgu's muscles better, thank you. Lee Ki-young, necklace for Lee Sang-hee. Sun Hee-young and Kim Yeri each get a knife for self-defense. Thank you. Thank you, Lee Ki-young. This will make my volunteer work easier. Everyone happily accepted the gift Lee Ki-young gave me. Go to Yoon Hyeon and kiss her cheek, and Yoon Hyeon will get a new cane, plus my love. Yoon Hyeon is so happy, I like it very much. Lee Ki-young goes to give Hai Jin, sorry but I can't prepare anything for you. However, I will give you this stuffed seal from the Yamato Guild warehouse. Let Hai Jin take it and reply it's very cute, thank you Vice President. Lee Ki-young thought, I have to find something for her. If I don't give her anything then it will be obvious that I'm jealous of her. Kim Yunsung stood alone behind with an excited and expectant look on his face. Came my gift. But Lee Ki-young turned around and left, so that's it then, let's go Yoon Hyeon. Kim Yunsung panicked. Lee Ki-young. Lee Ki-young turned around, are you okay? Oh, it's my fault, give you something? I brought you a gift but now it's gone. Sorry, I lost it on the way here. Sorry, but it seems you have to wait for next time. So I'm going. Lee Ki-young replied calmly. Kim Yunsung had a hard time understanding why he's been behaving like that lately. Lee Ki-young internally thought that he seemed to be having fun. That's right. Kim Yunsung walked harder, thinking about what he did wrong. Today, at the guild dining hall, 3 people are talking about something. It seems like a large number of monsters are invading Keslock. They're currently recruiting mercenaries, so I think we should go to Keslock. A large number of monsters? Sounds like a mountain of experience. Cho Hai-jin stood up and apologized, I don't feel well so I'm going to the bathroom for a bit. Kim Yunsung worriedly asked her if she was okay. Cho Hai-jin doesn't want everyone to worry about her. Yes, I'll be back soon. Lee Ki-young thought to himself that just mentioning Keslock makes him feel unwell. Look at it as clear as day. What the hell, what happened to her job? I need to find out the answer quickly so I know what happened. Kim Yunsung suddenly asked, Lee Ki-young, are you angry with me? Lee Ki-young's insides were racing. You finally understood. Kim Yunsung, he said, sorry, I didn't understand what you said. Kim Yunsung asked if it was because I cast Cho Hai-jin without asking. You first? He laughed, oh there's no such thing, I'm fine and completely fine. You decided to recruit new people and give them an important position in the guild when I was absent? I don't have a problem with it, why would I? He laughed again, after all you are the guild leader, why does my opinion matter? You just continue to do whatever you want. I think just continue to put pressure. Kim Yunsung sweating bullets. Lee Ki-young, I think you misunderstood. He smirked, ha ha, what do you mean? Do you really think I would be angry about something like that? In your heart you think, Kim Yunsung, I'm very petty, I hope you understand. Kim Yunsung objected, I didn't mean that Lee Ki-young, I meant. You interrupt, I said it's okay but why do you keep acting like I'm so strange, so I'm leaving. I'll prepare for the Keslock incident so please don't worry. Kim Yunsung was startled. Wait Lee Ki-young, we haven't finished talking yet. I shouted, wait Lee Ki-young. Everyone is curious, what is that? Kim Yunsung was in a hurry. I didn't mean that, Lee Ki-young calmly replied, please don't follow me. Please baby, I'm a bad person. Deep in my heart I thought. The sound of footsteps, that routine. I love it, it sounds just like in a K-drama. Kim Yunsung held Lee Ki-young's hand. Lee Ki-young. Even though he was happy, on the outside he still calmly asked what was wrong. Haha, the main character gave in and mentioned peace first. Isn't this scene so wonderful? Kim Yunsung said, I'm sorry for hiding it from you. Cho Hai-jin stood outside not understanding what happened. Kim Yunsung spoke up. Actually, I've been here all along. Lee Ki-young paused for a few seconds. What the hell are you going to say? Did you forget that it's a controversial issue here? Cho Hai-jin broke down, that's how it could be between the two of them. Damn it, stop it, stop it. Kim Yunsung shouted, that's right. All this time Lee Ki-young, I still haven't finished speaking. Lee Ki-young quickly covered his mouth. Don't make these girls misunderstand anymore. Wait calmly. Lee Ki-young asked Kim Yunsung, what do you want to tell me? The association members and Cho Hai-jin are misunderstanding. Kim Yunsung replied, oh I'm sorry, I just want to say that I always wanted to recruit someone as talented as Cho Hai-jin to support you. Because from before up until now I felt like I was making it difficult for you with too much work. Then I ran into Choi Jin and thought she could get along well with you. Lee Giyoung thought, like what the heck? Kim Yunsung kept replying that I thought having two people like you would be a good thing for the group. But I never thought that you would feel uncomfortable about this. I was wrong, please accept it. My apologies. Lee Giyoung is so thoughtful and weak that he hasn't surrendered yet. But even though he's weak, he's still not afraid to apologize, which means he puts a lot of trust in me. He thought with a sigh of relief, after confirming that I feel better. Maybe for the time being I don't have to worry about being thrown away due to Choi Jin's appearance. Kim Yunsung worried, I don't dare ignore your opinion. Lee Giyoung said, you can stop interrupting Kim Yunsung. Kim Yunsung, you think I will forgive you this time but on the surface you say, you can follow me? Kim Yunsung was curious and didn't understand anything. When he got there Kim Yunsung opened his eyes wide in surprise and looked at what was in front of him. Oh, that's a giant black bird. He's excited about this, Lee Giyoung. He explained, well, I accidentally picked it up on the way here. Kim Yunsung was touched that he took the trouble to prepare it for me while I didn't know anything. Lee Giyoung breathed a sigh of relief. It's nothing. Kim Yunsung, you've always treated me well even though I didn't do anything to report it. Respond to that kindness, I thought, right, bastard, this is a Mercedes-Benz I prepared for you. Don't you feel guilty yet? Kim Yunsung touched the bird, feeling touched in his heart that he was a good person even though sometimes a bit strange. Thank you so much, Lee Giyoung. Lee Giyoung happily thought to himself, that's right, now you owe me a debt and try to repay it. He's kinder than friendly and generous, resourceful than anyone else. If only I had met him in my first life, if I had had the help of someone like him, I'm sure I could have prevented the destruction of continent. Kim Yunsung spoke up, you remind me of someone, Lee Giyoung. It's someone I briefly met in the tutorial area but it's nothing just. Lee Giyoung is curious, what you mean, is there another person exactly like me? Kim Yunsung raised his fist in front of his face, and Lee Giyoung, because we made up. Lee Giyoung smiled. Kim Yunsung, do you like things like this? That's why you don't have any friends. He happily curled his hands and smacked Kim Yunsung. Kim Yunsung smiled, I feel secure when I can count on Lee Giyoung. I also saw Kim Yunsung. The bottom of my heart was thinking, of course it was like that. Well, I guess that's good. For Choi Jin, she was personally chosen by our admissions guy, so there should be no problem, nothing. Besides, after spending a heartwarming time with him, the system has given me a new reward. A legendary eye. Clearly, sir, I understand. Sir, gate status. Mythic class. Let's see what else it has. This is quite good. It's really too shallow to judge someone just based on their tendencies and characteristics. I'll be able to manipulate people better by looking at their personalities, and it seems like it's quite useful. Cutting to Lee Giyoung's thoughts. A black bird delivers a letter to the door, his room book. Well, now that I think about it, I should have received a letter from Marilyn about Choi Jin's background. Let's see. Lee Giyoung, I like you. Why is the introduction so long? Lee Giyoung hasn't woken up yet. My eyes widened in surprise. Team 1 is ready to deploy. Team 2 is also ready. Team 3 is too. Park Deok-gu playfully asked. Lee Giyoung has been on an expedition for a long time, so I'm feeling so excited. Are you not sleeping well? Looking at him like a panda, Lee Giyoung calmly replied that it's okay. We're sharing the car, so you go sit with Wang Jungyeon. Park Deok-gu asked him what about it. Kim Yunsung smiled brightly and called Kim Yunsung. Let's go, he replied. Choi Jin was thoughtful. The name Choi Jin is very famous in Klock because of the information leak incident. Regarding the leader of the Little Rock Guild in Klock, Choi Jin was the one who leaked the information in that incident. I mean, she's not a bad person, but you don't understand if she's too righteous, right? Choi Jin's public image of her guild was almost ruined. What happened? In the end, the question is so obvious. Her guild fought back and kicked her out Klock, but this has nothing to do with someone like Lee Giyoung, a noble and pure bishop. Dear Marilyn. Lee Giyoung has a puzzled look on his face. This is making me crazy. Damn me, what do we need to do? Of course what I did was not good, corrupting a priestess and convincing her to kill slum dwellers. Then erasing all evidence with Ying Hyun's magic, plotting against left Lee Sol-ho with Lee Jae-hee with the result of Lee Sol-ho's death, controlling and manipulating the press companies, slandering the Yamato Guild as the culprit behind the Lindell horror to keep the Blue Guild's image. Just add 0.3% holy water to the hallucinogen, and moreover, if someone wants to expose you, it's not difficult at all. He secretly thought to himself, should I create a disagreement between the two of them? No, I shouldn't do that. If I get caught, Kim Yunsung will kill me. I should calm down. Is there any way to get Choi Jin on my side? I'm smiling. This is the way to become best friends with Choi Jin. At Keslock. The sound of footsteps approaching. A cute voice rang out. Sir, this is Marilyn Barrack. Keslock is the daughter of Lord Keslock, a citizen of the Empire. She really likes Lee Giyoung, who saved the holy country from the demon cultists. Oh my god, look at that bias. Marilyn was happy and excited. Haven't seen her for a long time since that tea party. You don't know how much I've been looking forward to it. I've been waiting so long for this fateful meeting. Lee Giyoung was confused. Ha. He hadn't seen Lady Marilyn for a long time. He turned to Yung Hyan to reassure her. Yung Hyan, there's nothing between me and her, don't worry, your expression looks so scary. You know I'm the only one. Marilyn smiled brightly. Sir, in the future, when you have time, you can have a cup with me. Lee Giyoung stood still and apologized, but I think that's impossible. Yung Hyan come up and argue, no matter who you are, Lee Giyoung is already my slave. He's my love slave. Ha. Lee Giyoung somehow feels relieved and sounds cuter. It's a threat, but I'm happy, Yung Hyan. Marilyn was confused and apologized what she meant. Oh, her eyes turned towards Choi Jin and asked her, is Choi Jin also here? Choi Jin's face turned gray. Marilyn confusedly defended, oh I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. I'm just a little surprised to see you here right after that incident. I'm very sorry if I hurt you. Feeling uncomfortable, Choi Jin breathed lightly. It's okay. No matter how much everyone in Keslock criticizes me, I'm still innocent. Little Rock Guild is a. Suddenly a word interrupted, Miss Marilyn. This is my angel. Lee Giyoung doesn't recognize anyone yet. Let me introduce to everyone, this is the person in charge of this time's tide, the president of the Little Rock Guild, Song Jung-wuk. He realized oh ho here, he looked a bit suspicious, but we should still say hello first. He approached and said, nice to meet you, I'm Lee Giyoung, but unexpectedly, Song Jung-wuk walked by. Ignore his face. Huh, did he just ignore me? Song Jung-wuk came forward to greet Choi Jin. I haven't seen Choi Jin in a while and I was wondering where she went. It seems like she's in the Blue Guild now. Ha. I see, you betrayed her. Everyone to go to a bigger guild? He smirked, traitor. Choi Jin's face turned gray. Kim Yunsung continued, please don't insult others like that, Song Jung-wuk. Song Jung-wuk was confused. Oh I'm so sorry, I accidentally said something right in front of the Blue Guild president. Look, his stats are nothing compared to the Blue Guild members. Just looking at his name is enough to understand. I need to pause for a moment. A little to sort things out. Song Jung-wuk is the president of the Little Rock Guild that Choi Jin used to join. He is also the one who expelled Choi Jin to hide his corrupt behavior. Choi Jin, who stood up for what was right and exposed the president, was treated like a criminal in Keslock. So perhaps what Choi Jin wants most right now is revenge on the villain who set her up. Lee Giyoung chuckled interestingly. Song Jung-wuk is sure Choi Jin hates you more than me, right? The villain in this episode is you. Great Song Jung-wuk, so becoming good friends with Choi Jin is easier. Come on, it's time for revenge. Evil will never good wins. At Keslock, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am the representative of Keslock, the president of the Little Rock Guild and the person appointed by the Lord himself to be in charge of this monster tide. Song Jung-wuk, he introduced with Lee Giyoung. He thought to himself, is it necessary to emphasize that? His admiration for Lady Marilyn is clearly shown through his eyes. He is trying to use the Lord's daughter to advance, but am I in his way? But in the end, the person Marilyn likes is me, not you, he smirked. Lee Giyoung asked, so I'm the one in charge and also the commander? Song Jung-wuk replied, no, not yet, huh? He wondered. Lee Giyoung spoke up, anyway, we have some time before the expedition team comes back. He put a few bottles of medicine he made himself on the table. I need to expand my market. Consumed in Keslock. Song Jung-wuk laughed. Sorry. I have no intention of doing business with Lindell. I would rather work for a subcontractor in the Republic than do business with a remote place like Lindell. Lee Giyoung were confused. Song Jung-wuk continued talking, and wasn't it thanks to Blue Guild that his medicine became famous? Do you think it's the same at Keslock? But life is not that easy, you know, he said in his heart. I can forgive you, because… Song Jung-wuk continued saying maybe because you are a bit stupid and don't understand how this world works. He paused for a few seconds. What? Why suddenly the tables and chairs? He shouted. Yoon Hyun roared angrily. Who are you calling stupid? You dare call anyone stupid? Yoon Hyun walked towards Song Jung-wuk and squeezed his neck. Lee Giyoung is a genius and there's nothing he doesn't know. You're tired of living this stupid thing, right? Song Jung-wuk cried out in fear. Lee Giyoung reassured. Yoon Hyun had had enough. Yoon Hyun then turned to Song Jung-wuk, who was lying down calling for help. Listen, Song Jung-wuk, seems like you're a pretty ambitious man, but don't you think you need to know how to look at people better? He snapped his fingers and turned the desk back to normal. He asked again, so you can say again? Song Jung-wuk answered with difficulty. The deputy vice president of the Blue Guild and honorary bishop, he faltered, and the alchemist. Lee Giyoung interrupted. Not enough, the most famous alchemist continent, who holds 70% of the drug market share. The main market is me, Lee Giyoung, but you say you can't expand the market in Keslock? He laughed loudly. Do you think an alchemist is just a vain name? We are people who were born at the finish line thanks to alchemy and can live the rest of our lives without working, you know. You are quite talented to be able to rise to this position without knowing how to make money. Anyway, will you join or not? Standing behind, Marilyn admired as expected. Lee Giyoung was so great. Song Jung-wuk was confused. Yes, I'm joining Lee Giyoung. He handed over a contract and told Song Jung-wuk to stamp here on the contract. Dong, Song Jung-wuk turned pale. My life will end as soon as I play this. Damn, but I have no other choice in a situation like this. Song Jung-wuk ran towards Lee Giyoung, changed his attitude quickly. Lee Giyoung, I'm so sorry. It's all because of Choi Jin's incident. Please forgive my rudeness. By the way, Lee Giyoung, I have a business plan quite promising here. He put a roll of paper on the table. Lee Giyoung was curious. What kind of business is that? Thinking to myself, what is this proposal? Song Jung-wuk whispered it was called the black market. Choi Jin's voice rang out. So what is this place? Lee Giyoung asked. What do you mean this is the black market? Choi Jin was shy. Do you think the president sent me to protect you so you could go to places like this? What are you trying to make me do? Lee Giyoung has a hard time understanding what you mean. I don't understand. Choi Jin shouting, don't pretend to be stupid. Isn't this a black market, a playground for adults? I knew he had a complicated love history, but I never thought. After saying that, Lee Giyoung held up the ticket. People around were talking about him. What's wrong with her? I think this is her first time coming here. So cute, hee. Choi Jin spoke up. I think you misunderstood something. Lee Giyoung smiled. And misunderstood something? Don't tell me you're thinking about dark things. It's understandable because my love history isn't really clean. I can understand why you think that way. Choi Jin is embarrassed and confused. No, I'm sorry, Vice President. Lee Giyoung replied. There's no need to apologize, I'm used to it. Choi Jin was embarrassed. No, I didn't mean that. He smiled lightly. She knew she was sorry, then put her hand out like that. Okay, Elisa. Choi Jin was confused and asked Elisa what she meant. He replied, Elisa is your name. My name is Kurostuma. We are good friends, remember? Choi Jin smiled and replied, that's strange, I've watched too much anime. He said, anyway, Elisa, you don't want revenge, Song Jung-wuk? Choi Jin said, you already knew about what happened at Little Rock Guild. Lee Giyoung interrupted. You, that's right. Song Jung-wuk told me he really wanted to kill you even though he was the one in the wrong. Was Choi Jin surprised? But I have no intention of revenge or anything. Hatred will lead to hatred. I'm very disappointed, but I don't want to continue this meaningless war anymore. Lee Giyoung's heart thinks she doesn't want to repay enemies. It's not okay. The black market business is just a change to distract, but it's okay to become good friends with Choi Jin. Song Jung-wuk needs to die. Maybe I should try a little harder. She asked Kim Yunsung what he said. He agreed to Kim Yunsung's words. He said no problem. He said he did the right thing. Cho Hyun-jin's face was shy. He actually praised me saying I did well, it's a pity. Lee Ki-young looking at this expression, I guess she likes Kim Yunsung. Lee Ki-young smiled. I knew Kim Yunsung would say that. I considered making her fall in love with me, but maybe go with me, it's more reasonable to be friends. He said, but you know Cho Hyun-jin, I won't think what you did was right. In fact, I think it was quite stupid. Cho Hyun-jin questioned me. I don't understand why he deliberately angered me. Lee Ki-young thought to himself that friends only get close after arguing. He said, why did you choose to do such a superficial thing to sell out your president? Why not kill him already? Cho Hyun-jin spoke. Song Jung-wuk is a bad guy, but he's not trash. He smirked. Are you supporting him? No, he's trash. You don't know he's bad. To what extent? Interrupted her words. Lee Ki-young's voice rang out. From 30 years old, currently unemployed, 45 years old, currently living with his mother in the Keslock slum, 28 years old, jumped off Keslock cliff. Because he couldn't pay the outstanding hospital bills. They used to be members of the Little Rock Guild but are now abandoned because of her gossip and are now having difficulty making ends meet. After hearing Lee Ki-young speak, Cho Hyun-jin was surprised. What is that really? Lee Ki-young playfully teased and lied. Cho Hyun-jin is angry at the vice president, are you kidding? Lee Ki-young calmly replied, but this could become true at any time. Anyway, there is no guarantee that her actions will not cause damage to others. Yet she still let him go. All she has to do is kill him. He continued her words. She has enough ability to do that, but she can't bear to kill Song Jung-wuk. Cho Hyun-jin wondered why. Since the Little Rock Guild is where she built her memories with her former teammates, I'm sure she is especially close to Song Jung-wuk because the two of them have been together since their training. Practice, am I wrong? Former vice president of the Little Rock Guild, Miss Cho Hyun-jin, Lee Ki-young asked again. Cho Hyun-jin's face turned gray. Lee Ki-young approached and sneered. She didn't want her conscience to be affected. I'm guilty, but I also want to keep my precious memories with my old teammates. Experienced people call it hypocrisy. Cho Hyun-jin loudly said, I'm not a hypocrite, and what right do you have to say I am? But Lee Ki-young, do you really think I don't know? She angrily grabbed her collar. Aren't you the hypocrite here? What he showed in front of everyone was completely different from his real personality. Lee Ki-young smiled. Oh well, she found out. What should I say? What do you mean when Cho Hyun-jin screams? Lee Ki-young refuted. Does she have proof? She shouted, your ruined 3 gates are the proof. Lee Ki-young smiled calmly. So who donated to the Holy Council and built a welfare center for people in the slum? You have nothing more to say, right? You know you can't defeat my argument. It's really frustrating, but what can you do? Cho Hyun-jin was angry. What do you bastard know about me? Her body trembled. Lee Ki-young looked at that and thought, oh, have I gone too far in mocking her? He reassured, of course I'm not trying to cause trouble with you, I'm on your side. The sound of someone interrupting the two of you, oh my gosh, even his resilient face is so adorable. The two turned to look confused. It turned out to be 2 beautiful women wearing masks whispering something about the two of them. I wonder how he would perform in bed. Oh, don't interrupt me, sadistic lady, what are those 2 whispering about me? Cho Hyun-jin turned to Lee Ki-young and asked Vice President Kuros Tuma who these people were. Lee Ki-young also shook his head and I didn't know. Elisa and Cho Hyun-jin continued. I feel like this place is getting more and more crowded. Lee Ki-young looked around. Damn, it wasn't just that. This is a sadistic master who loves trash people. Taste is the most important thing. What kind of nature do you think these things are? Wait a minute, what is my nature? The screen shows that you have a high chance of being loved by dangerous people. What is that? Wow, that's exactly my type. The other masked woman walks towards Lee Ki-young. Hello baby, are you free? Elsewhere. Kim Yunsung is looking at something. The monster wave is coming sooner than expected. Why are they coming so early? Returning to the party, Lee Ki-young wondered who this was. Named Xiao Lin, 22 years old, is currently an expert in using whips, has curious adventurer tendencies and the title of sadist. Lee Ki-young looked and judged that he didn't like her title, but the trend is quite normal. Damn, normal farts. Lee Ki-young turned to Cho Hyun-jin and called ahem. She glanced over and asked what's wrong. Lee Ki-young replied that she knew what was going on. Help me please, his heart was churning violently. Cho Hyun-jin curled her lips and worry about it. Lee Ki-young panicked. Miss Cho Hyun-jin, don't be like that. I'm sorry for what I did before. I was overwhelmed by emotions so I spoke nonsense. You know that, right? So please can you help me? I'm your superior so you can help me this time, right? I don't want to be eaten alive by these monsters, please. Shaolin smiled lightly. Phew, I don't know you two, what are you whispering? Are you two lovers? Ha ha. She came closer. It's better if we joke around together. Lee Giyoung was sweating and exposed. He immediately refused. Ahem, I'm sorry, lady. I'm a bit busy right now. She understands him. Am I being rejected? She licked her lips, making me even more excited. Lee Giyoung thought, damn. He turned to ask for help from Choi Jin, Elisa. Choi Jin had no choice but to save him. I thought that's enough. My young master feels very uncomfortable. If you continue like this, I will call security. She put her arm towards him to protect him. Lee Giyoung patted Elisa's head. Why are you calling me young master? You probably don't even want to be friendly with me anymore, right? But you're probably also her superior. Shaolin doesn't forgive easily. Wait, she's a member, are you not my lover? Just a young master, but she's too possessive, right? Don't you want to give him to anyone? Choi Jin replied, my relationship with him has nothing to do with you, and I say that because of history, not possession. If you understand, please get out of the way, unlike you. A person trying to seduce others in a place like this. My young master is quite busy. After finishing speaking, she grabbed his hand and pulled him away. Lee Giyoung was surprised. Oh okay. He exclaimed, wow, Miss Choi Jin is so cool. Shaolin interrupted, wait a minute. She gave him a card and said, take my business card. I feel like I will regret it. If I let him go like this, I plan to stay in Klock for a few days. So if you change your mind, please contact me even though it may not look like it. But I'm also a pretty important person, so if you make friends with me, you won't suffer any loss. Remember this name, I'm Shaolin of the Republic. See you later. Arriving at the gate, Lee Giyoung breathed a sigh of relief that we were out. Damn, at that time I was still alive. I thought I was going to be eaten alive right there. I really don't like that kind of thing. Choi Jin, walking in front, said he was quite popular with everyone, right? Did you spray pheromones on yourself or something? Lee Giyoung followed and wished it was like that. By the way, could you walk a little closer to me? Lee Jae-hee refused. That would make it look like we are very close and I don't want that. Lee Giyoung explained. I don't want to appear close to you, Elisa. But at least let others know that I'm with you because they keep staring at me, making me very uncomfortable. Lee Jae-hee is annoyed. He's really annoying. How can she think that this loser and neurotic guy is the vice president? She wonders if the president knows that Lee Giyoung is this type of person. I don't understand why he won Mr. Kim Yunsung's trust, but... She thought back to what Lee Giyoung said to her just now and said she didn't know how bad he was, no matter what. She didn't want her conscience to be guilty, but she also wanted to keep her precious memories with her old teammates. Experienced people called it hypocrisy. She still thought angrily despite her words. That made my blood boil, but in a way he was right. I never considered the possibility that my actions would cause damage to others after I sold out the president, and was punished. I'm exhausted and don't care about digging into Song Jung-wuk's background. I shouldn't give up so irresponsibly. Stop thinking, she spoke up. Vice President, I mean Kuros Tuma. The reason you brought me here must be to show me how much of a bad person Song Jung-wuk is. Fine, please show me everything you know about Song Jung-wuk. Lee Giyoung was happy. I'm glad that you quickly understood. He asked if I remember correctly, did you expose Song Jung-wuk's illegal monster trade? Actually, illegal trading of rare monsters takes place here, in this black market, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Their real source of income is this. The look on their face, Choi Jin was scared. The sound of beatings and screams became louder and louder. Come inside quickly. You still dare to resist? Ah, forgive me. Slave trade, they trade valuable species. A man wearing a hat walked up to the two of you. If you don't mind me asking who brought you here, Lee Giyoung replied that it was Mr. Song Jung-wuk, and this is the transaction that Song Jung-wuk tried to drag himself in. The other man understood. Ah, you are our master's customer. Honestly, I really want Mr. Song Jung-wuk to give us an hour's notice that there will be a visitor. But you guys came at the best time. The pitiful cries of the victims rang out, eager to save us. Shut up, loud shouts and curses. Choi Jin clenched her fists tightly, her body trembled. How could this happen? Song Jung-wuk, that trash bastard. Lee Ki-young sneered. Good, good, her anger meter was going up. She thought to herself, shouldn't Song Jung-wuk be allowed to live? The man in the hat smiled and then remembered, this is your first time here, right? VIP customers are allowed to choose slaves before we send them to the auction floor. If you have something you like, please let me know. Choi Jin is angry. You bastards, these bastards, you people treat people as objects. She was about to rush in. Lee Ki-young suddenly hugged her. Aw sister Elisa, I want that elf. Lee Ki-young just hugged her. Choi, why is Jin panicking? Lee Ki-young's face is red. Elisa, what's the use of hitting the bad guy now? He whispered, don't you want to save them, then follow me? He continued to beg, hugging her feet, please buy them for me, I want those goblins. He spoke up and said, did you just call me a bitch? She didn't answer. She yelled at Lee Ki-young, will this kid stop whining? Then when you buy, don't whine anymore, then please sell me all these slaves. She pointed to him. The carriage to Lindell is about to depart. Customers please sit in the front row. Slaves will sit in the back row. Okay, please get in the car. Resounding thanks from the newly rescued slaves. Thank you for saving us, thank you Hick. For Hai Jin holding 50 gold coins in her hand. They are just like us and have the same feelings as us, yet each person only posted a price of 50 gold coins. Lee Ki-young asked, why, are you crying? For them? That price is quite high for them. I will pay for the slaves we bought today. How do you have so much money? Choi Jin, I want to ask you something, you did that again? While he was originally not like this, he did not have a grudge against Song Jung-wuk like me. Lee Ki-young smiled, let Hai Jin know that I will control all crimes in society. Choi Jin replied, that's a dangerous thought, don't you think that's too arrogant? I never thought you would reveal your true intentions so easily. Lee Ki-young spoke up, I just want to say that illegal areas like the black market need to be controlled more strictly. I intend to buy back and destroy the entire black market. I also want to build a clean auction market to everyone can freely buy and sell legally. It will be very beneficial for me. Choi Jin is suspicious of an auction market where people can freely buy and sell legally, so he is try your best to bring about a peaceful society? Lee Ki-young said, that's why Song Jung-wuk, the owner of this black market, is a rock in my way. As you can see, he's a bad guy, so if you don't destroy him, surely she will regret it later. It's probably like this carriage is taking us to death. Maybe they are trying to eliminate us and take back those slaves. The original purpose Song Jung-wuk's first thought when he lured me here was to get rid of me. Why do you think he sent me an invitation to a place like the black market? Choi Jin was scared if that was really the case. The carriage suddenly braked. What just happened? The horseman said, we will take a break here. As he spoke, he pulled out his sword and rode straight towards you too. I mean in your next life. Lee Ki-young had his neck pressed against him. There, I'm calling for help for Hai Jin. She was scared, damn it, so the vice president was right, damn it, damn it. She pulled out her stick and ran up to Lee Ki-young shouting loudly, damn Song Jung-wuk. The other person quickly released Lee Ki-young and ran into the forest. Stop there. Choi Jin ran to Lee Ki-young worriedly, Vice President, are you okay? Lee Ki-young sat up, I'm fine, you should have checked on the goblins first. His leg was bleeding. Choi Jin was shaking because she let Song Jung-wuk live for so long, so these innocent goblins. Everyone in the Little Rock Guild and the vice president, the Song Jung-wuk that I once knew, no longer exists. Her fists curled tightly. Allow me to help you up, vice president, she helped Lee Ki-young. Lee Ki-young chuckled, thank God I bribed the driver. The driver was running and suddenly his head fell off. Dang, you will die anyway, so I don't have to worry about my plan being revealed. He works for Song Jung-wuk in the black market, and he also has a criminal record, so I don't feel guilty if he dies. Now I've got Hai Jin on my side. It's time to prepare for the next step of the plan. Lee Ki-young's thoughts are continuous. A few days later at the secret garden in Lord Keslock's palace. Marilyn smiled brightly and ran to say to the Reverend Lee Ki-young, I can't believe you called me out on such a quiet moonlit night. I don't know what you need from me. Lee Ki-young leaned closer. Tonight is beautiful, Lady Marilyn. He gently kissed Marilyn's hand. I have a request for you. The next day at Lord Keslock's meeting room. Lord Keslock, Lady Marilyn's father calmly spoke. Is it true that there will be a wave of monsters coming soon? Kim Yunsung replied, yes, maybe next week, I'm still not sure why but it happened much earlier than expected. Dragon footprints were also discovered around here. Everyone around stopped. Lord Keslock thought him next week? Sooner than I thought. From now on Keslock will enter the war preparation stage. This is an urgent mission, so it is necessary to declare martial law and blockade the entire city. I will now appoint someone. The commander has the mission of leading the attack on the day the war breaks out. Song Jung-wuk happily thinks now is his time to shine. The commander's power is absolute throughout the war. Not only can I command all the people present here as I please, but I can also be the Lord's representative to give orders, just like that. I will use that power to become the Lord of Keslock thanks to all my efforts to gain the Lord's trust. I have been assigned to manage the handling of the monster wave, so it is up to me to keeping before the commander is of course because Lord Keslock spoke up. I decided that Honorary Bishop Lee Giyoung will be the commander. Everyone was surprised by this decision, including Lee Giyoung. What? Is it me who is afraid? This responsibility is too big for me to shoulder, my lord. He remembered that night he proposed a request to Marilyn and sure enough, everything went according to plan. I love her very much. Everyone around agreed, everyone congratulated him. Great, who else is suitable for the position of commander? Congratulations Lee Giyoung. Kim Yunsung sitting next to him also laughed loudly. I know it will be very hard for you but please take care of us. Lee Giyoung sigh. Oh these people. Song Jung-wuk immediately changed his attitude. Turned around quickly. Ha ha ha, congratulations. Okay Lee Giyoung. It's definitely the Lee Giyoung that I know. You will help Keslock a lot from the first time we met. Ha ha ha. Lee Giyoung thought to himself, wow, you really worked hard to support me dear Song Jung-wuk. He smiled. I will try my best to help you, just give me the job as you please. Song Jung-wuk whispered ahem, if you say so please. Can you explain? Can you give Little Rock Guild the safest location? I knew you would do that. The two held hands. Lee Giyoung happily replied, of course Song Jung-wuk. I will also try my best not to disappoint you, just leave everything to me, give me. Song Jung-wuk did not expect this action of Lee Giyoung, shyly replied, ah thank you very much Lee Giyoung. At Lee Giyoung's office. Let Choi Jin enter. Vice President, do you have something to tell me? Lee Giyoung stood up and came forward. As you know I am now the commander in the battle against the wave of monsters, so I want you to take charge of organizing the units. He handed over a scroll. Why are you surprised, Choi Jin? She took it and had a worried look on her face. Lee Giyoung spoke up. Please line up Little Rock Guild and Song Jung-wuk to stand at the front line where the most monsters gather. The rest should line up accordingly. She finds it most suitable. Don't you think he deserves to be punished for what he did? Isn't that so? Let Choi Jin agree to obey. Song Jung-wuk angrily hit the table. What do you mean Lee Giyoung? Little Rock Guild will have to stand on the front lines. Why are you kidding me? Didn't you promise that we will be assigned to the safest location? Lee Giyoung gently replied that I made this decision because of you, Song Jung-wuk. Why are you angry? Lee Giyoung picked up the cup of tea, took a sip and said, of course you will. It's safe to be ranked at the back, but you will be forgotten by everyone and have no chance to shine. Isn't that what you really want? Song Jung-wuk is worried if he is, so I just hope you tell me first. Lee Giyoung interrupted, I've always been that stupid, Song Jung-wuk. After watching you I thought so much I didn't realize how great are you Song Jung-wuk. You are truly the hero who will lead Keslock in the future. Song Jung-wuk's face is red. I've heard that sentence a lot, but can I ask why you think so? Lee Giyoung thinks he's such a troublesome guy. Okay, just say something. Now I clearly see that everything from his temperament to his management skills are unrivaled, and of course he have charisma that can represent Little Rock Guild, so please let everyone know my name on the front line. With Cha-hira I will lead us to victory and become the hero of Keslock, and when that happens Lady Marilyn will naturally fall in love with you. I will proactively help you win her heart. Song Jung-wuk smiled softly. Very nice, it sounded very attractive, but why me believe what you say? He still has doubts. Lee Giyoung had to answer, I also know this is insignificant, but I will bet my life if I don't keep my word. You can do it yourself. Kill me Song Jung-wuk. He shook his head. No, I don't need that much. Lee Giyoung interrupted, I only bet when I have the win, and I really believe you will win in this battle. I will make you a hero of Keslock. Finally this day has come. Screaming at each other, the other boy quickly rushed to the food and other items stacked here. Every guild is ready to wait for the next order from the commander. Sigh, someone sigh. Why is Little Rock Guild being pushed to the front line? Ah, the sound of the first knock from behind. Song Jung-wuk laughed. What about the front line, do you have a problem? That guy was surprised at the president. By the way, is Lee Ki-young really trustworthy? I find it hard to believe that guy. But Jung-wuk is so tight, you're so worried. Do you think Lee Ki-young sent us here for no purpose? This is part of his big picture. Just wait, after this battle we will become the heroes of Keslock. He thought to himself, and I will win Lady Marilyn. I can't leave it to chance. This was lost in a flash. By the way, where are the eggs? Oh, that's it, I've already kept it safe in the black market, the other guy replied. Song Jung-wuk asked again, are you sure? I thought my heart stopped beating when that bastard Kim Yunsung mentioned the dragon footprint during that meeting. He whispered, make sure you don't get caught. I'll have a hard time stealing it. You know how much that thing is worth, right? The other guy nodded, yes, yes, of course, President. Isn't that? That person is the mercenary queen, Father Hira. Song Jung-wuk stood aside, thinking he couldn't believe she was beautiful, so it feels like she's looking at me. Is that a signal? Cha Hira turned to tell Lee Ki-young, little brother, he's a bit suspicious. Lee Ki-young replied, don't worry, he's always been like that. No, it's not like that. I always feel like Song Jung-wuk is related to the appearance of the monster wave. Here his father turned his gaze towards him. The sound rang out. Sound amplification magic. Everyone pay attention to the monsters. The stink is invading our great Keslock territory. We must defeat them for peace in Keslock. Our home Little Rock Guild will lead the front line. The red mercenaries will defend the central wall and the blue guild will secure the rear of everyone preparing for battle. The monster rushes forward aggressively. Lee Ki-young rushes forward to attack to protect the Keslock. Roaring Cobra Mang screamed. A girl firmly held the sword and slashed the snake in half. Kim Yeri was surprised that she had killed it. Suddenly the snake split into two. Kim Yeri, what happened? So I thought I would lose to them, but unexpectedly Kim Yunsung came from behind and cut me in half. Lee Ki-young watched through binoculars to see his friends fighting, but in the end, that bastard Song Jung-wuk is still alive. I expected him to be killed by monsters on the front lines. It was a good idea to make a plan with Choi Jin in case he was still alive. Suddenly Song Jung-wuk turned back to look at Lee Ki-young. Damn, he just kept staring at me. Lee Ki-young shouted loudly, ahem, everyone support the troops on the front line. Support Little Rock Guild and Song Jung-wuk with everything strength. Little Rock Guild soldiers, let's move forward. Lee Ki-young silently raised his middle finger. How unlucky for you, Song Jung-wuk. You will be leaving for America soon. No matter how hard you try, how are you, hee. Let's start. Hai Jin is below, but Jung-wuk is still fighting with the monster, calling for help. And fighting, but it's not over yet. Ah no. Reinforcements have arrived? Not yet? Behind the disciples ran to the president. We will all die if we keep waiting for reinforcements. We need to retreat to a safe location. But Jung-wuk replied, okay. He looked up Lee Ki-young, I believe in you. Outside the castle wall number 1. Song Jung-wuk asked, oh, the monsters are gone. Why the hell? I think there are still a few. Loud-mouthed disciples. Reinforce the monkey. Isn't Lee Ki-young playing with us? It's too late for the president to run away. Song Jung-wuk takes a puff of his cigar. Otherwise we'll stay. Don't you know that at these times we need to be more cautious? The delay in reinforcements could be due to some other situation. They will come, I believe Lee Ki-young. I remember Lee Ki-young's words. Song Jung-wuk, I will make you the hero of Keslock. He thinking to myself. Of course I know that Lee Ki-young has plans. He must have planned to turn me into a target for personal gain. But anyway, it's not worth it if I can legalize the market, Keslock's black market, if I become the lord of Keslock and take direct control of the black market. So I need Marilyn to become the lord. Even if he has some secret plan, it's a win-win situation. The most important thing is me. And Lee Ki-young are not fighting each other, so you won't try to get rid of me right now. What's that sound of? Footsteps? Is Choi Jin? Song Jung-wuk surprised. Why is she here? Choi Jin smiled. Why are you so surprised? Do you think I came here for revenge? Is he panicking? Choi Jin calmly replied, just kidding, don't worry. Lee Ki-young ordered me to come here and help. Song Jung-wuk breathed in awe. I see you've finally come, haha. I mean, we didn't think you were the one who would be sent to help, so forget about the past. And join our forces me to fight. Choi Jin suddenly held the sword and pointed it straight at Song Jung-wuk. He was sweating profusely. Hi Jin, what are you doing? She glared at him. You should let me finish the sentence. I'm here to help the monsters, not you. Let Hai Jin speak up. As the vice president had ordered reinforcements at the first wall, we had to retreat, but what was Jung-wuk panicking about? He thought, wait a minute, did he order the reinforcements to retreat at that time? No, I thought he would need me, but he can't ignore me like that. Seeing Song Jung-wuk's confused face, Choi Jin smirked. It seemed like he still didn't understand. What is the current situation? Do you think we don't know you tried to assassinate the vice president? Song Jung-wuk, why, what are you saying? His face looked scared. Choi Jin happily said, stop pretending, the vice president and I have seen it with our own eyes at the black market. Everything is too terrible, but your goblin slave market was the worst. We came to free the poor people there. And hoped they could enjoy a better life, but our hopes were shattered soon after. That's when the carriage driver you hired tried to kill the vice president. Song Jung-wuk had a hard time understanding what the hell she was talking about. Choi Jin put the sword down and then picked up his collar. I've decided that even if you were once my teammate, I would still kill a useless piece of trash like you. That's it. Is the answer that I have to choose. I will carry out justice to maintain the peace of Klock. The disciple behind is worried about the president. Song Jung-wuk angrily grumbles, damn it, just babbling about justice. Your nonsense righteousness makes me angry. Hey Hai Jin, isn't your way of doing things too vile compared to righteous people? Did I order my subordinates to kill Lee Giyoung? Is this your plan to make me and Lee Giyoung your enemies? He shouted loudly. Do you think you can take revenge by doing these things? A voice from somewhere, of course it's like that, so Hai Jin is using tricks, haha. Song Jung-wuk panicked and looked around. What is this voice? Is Lee Giyoung? Lee Giyoung smirked. For Hai Jin, she was just telling the truth. She was just following the script. I created the scene where you tried to kill me. What is Song Jung-wuk panicking? The disciple is worried. What's wrong with the president? Lee Giyoung continued to say, by the way, this is a transmission that only you and I can hear. It would be pretty bad if anyone else heard about this. Song Jung-wuk was confused. Sir Lee Giyoung, why did you do that? Hey, did I do something wrong? Lee Giyoung gradually walked forward. Huh? Why? I can't hear people so far away, it's so embarrassing. I can only see this scene through a telescope, haha, so I decided to come here. Finally, you have a plan to kill both me and Hai Jin later, right? Song Jung-wuk was angry. Damn Lee Giyoung, you bastard. How dare you set me up? And he already wrote about his true intentions. But I still don't know what his intentions are, so I humble myself in this situation. It's better. Song Jung-wuk bent down on his knees and shouted loudly, Sir Lee Giyoung. I'm sorry, no matter what it is. I'm so sorry. If you want the black market, I will give it all to you, sir, so please spare my life. Tears welling up. I have also killed many monsters. Please, honorary bishop, for my contributions, please reconsider. Lee Giyoung, if you are honest, you have done many good deeds. So in the name of an honorary bishop, I will give you a special favor as promised. You will become the hero of Klock, the hero who sacrificed while protecting me. And Klock, Lee Giyoung's voice gradually lowered. Song Jung-wuk angrily tried to pull out the sword. You damn cunning fox. Lee Giyoung, what are you thinking? Will the remaining soldiers stay after knowing your true nature? You came here and dug your own grave. The others will see your true nature, you idiot. Choi Jin interrupted. Don't worry, this place is a hidden corner. Here I have sent soldiers myself so I can lead you. And your little rock guild coming here means this area is just me. You and the monster behind you. With that said, the giant monster rushed out. For Hai Jin to smirk, this is your end, Song Jung-wuk. I told you, don't believe Lee Giyoung. Lee Giyoung is standing from above looking down. Are you regretting? That you should have behaved from the start. Are you curious why I chose you in this matter? Of course it's because you're a dirty, disgusting person and a relative of Choi Jin, but at first I didn't like you. Lee Giyoung laughed loudly. That was the beginning of your end, Song Jung-wuk. This is why you should greet politely as a Korean. Song Jung-wuk is angry. Lee Giyoung, you son of a bitch. You crazy bastard, do you think I'll let things go as you wish? he took the shield and charged at me. Song Jung-wuk will not die here. The one who must die is you. You evil bastard. Finished speaking, the monster behind Song Jung-wuk used his fist giant. Boom. Fresh blood shot out. Song Jung-wuk is dead. Choi Jin and Lee Giyoung smiled contentedly. Goodbye Song Jung-wuk. Lee Giyoung tears fell. I will make your black market more useful, he cried. Ah no way Sir Song. Meanwhile, at the center of the city wall, a dramatic and arduous battle had just taken place. Everyone was joining forces to fight back against the monster. Young Hyun raised his scepter high in his hand to display his power, shouted loudly, the power to freeze the enemy. Immediately, those multi-eyed monsters were all frozen. Seeing that, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Their hearts were filled with joy, it was true. Expected from Young Hyun. Then they took off their helmets and laughed. Phew, finally there is some peace, I understand. But not long after, their faces turned pale again. Changed color. From where did the terrible wind come? An explosion rang out, only to see Lee Giyoung running to the castle above. Making everyone hide their eyes in surprise. What the hell? What the heck was that sound? A soldier frowned in surprise. Ah, look up, is that the commander? I saw Lee Giyoung with tears in his eyes as he cried and said, please listen to me, the first wall has fallen. General Song Jung-wuk died protecting Klock. His last words were, you will be the ones to die, you damn demons. As he spoke, he raised his hand and continued seriously, slaughter these demons as his last wish. General Song. Don't let his sacrifice be a thing of the past, for our hero, for General Song Jung-wuk. Hearing that, the people below couldn't hold back their anger. Tears in my eyes, for our hero, for General Song. Brave soldiers of Klock, please protect this place. Please protect Klock and our revered bishop like generals will. Let's protect our homeland. Let's all protect this Klock together. When Lee Giyoung spoke, everyone raised their swords in agreement. It must be said that the firepower of on the ally side, our experience and our closeness to Choi Jin. All thanks to Song Jung-wuk's heroic sacrifice. Lee Giyoung smiled slightly and said, good job Choi Jin, isn't it a great feeling to wash away a grudge? Hearing this, Choi Jin immediately replied, please don't misunderstand, whatever your intention is, I did not kill him out of desire for revenge, I just thought that his death was necessary to avoid losses and casualties. Was saying she suddenly looked down. I'm still not sure if following your advice and fighting evil with a greater evil is the right thing to do. It is evil is necessary, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, evil returns evil. That is a saying that I like very much. Lee Giyoung continued, judging by her methods and goals, then, so this world is full of hypocrites, making a clear distinction between right and wrong has no meaning, because in the end, that was the choice she chose for the benefit and peace of Klock. It wouldn't be a bad idea to reveal the true face of Song Jung-wuk's personality, but this way it would be clearer and more coherent. Having said that, he thought to himself, in addition, what if I reveal the truth, it will be difficult to use the black market, it will be much more convenient if I put the hero label on Song Jung-wuk and let Hyun Jin, my assistant, help me bury him. Hide this truth, for Hyun Jin, please stay in Blue Guild forever. Thinking about that, he raised his hand and said, how sad it is that people still think you are a traitor, but please just keep that thought as a punishment for your crime. I will also take some of the responsibility. After all, we are complicit, we need to keep ourselves in check control when evil needs to be carried out. I look forward to working with you, Choi Jin. But you only care about your own words, but I have something to say. Thank you, Vice President, and then you shake hands with Lee Giyoung. Thank you for placing your trust in me, fighting with me, no matter what my values are. No matter how different we are. Choi Jin said that although her face was a bit cold, she still couldn't hide her shyness. Seeing that, Lee Giyoung smiled slightly and thought, she's really strong, she nothing change. Then he spoke up, but Choi Jin, why do you sometimes talk to me so casually? Choi Jin was startled, that's because you started it before. The status window doesn't know how to lie. Choi Jin's unique characteristic, friendship blooms after arguments. With that, I succeeded in eliminating Song Jung-wuk and bringing Hyun Jin to my side. Most of the monsters were defeated too. Lee Ki-young's turbulent adventure at Klock has come to an end. Suddenly I heard some whimpering sounds. Lee Ki-young was startled by the noise. Huh? What's this sound? I wonder if there's a dog crying? At the wall, a bloody hand was clinging to the wall. Lee Ki-young saw that. His face turned green and he thought to himself, damn, a monster. While he was scared out of his mind, here his father was able to cling to the wall and climb up. Here his father smiled. How are you doing? Already? Seeing that here his father, Lee Ki-young wondered. Here his father, I thought you were still fighting down there. Why are you here? I have something to check. Have you ever seen black eggs in the black market? He frowned. Eggs? Yes, for example, a very large dragon egg. While you were thinking, let Choi Jin call, Vice President, now that I think about it, Lee Ki-young suddenly exclaimed, yes. I have seen something similar in an illegal monster warehouse near the slave market, but why? While speaking, someone shouted loudly, there's a big problem, Commander. There are a few dragons coming here with a bunch of other monsters coming as well. Lee Ki-young was surprised. What the hell? Dragon? Cha-hira frowned and looked forward, immediately knowing his hunch was correct. Hey, honey, do you remember when I said that the reason for the incoming wave of monsters was due to Song Jung-wuk? I think I was right. The egg you saw on the black market is most likely what Song Jung-wuk stole from the dragon. Hearing that, you were surprised, huh? So is this wave of monsters due to Song Jung-wuk making Mother Dragon angry? Here he was deep in thought. Damn, I didn't think of this because I was too engrossed in killing Song Jung-wuk. I should have immediately realized something was wrong when I saw that egg. Now that I think about it, Kim Yunsung also said that he had seen the dragon's footprints. Thinking so he told here his father. So, in order to end the monster wave we need to find that dragon egg and return it to the mother dragon. That bastard Song Jung-wuk is too obsessed with money. Cha-hira continued, stole the dragon egg too? Baby, what are you thinking? Lee Ki-young said seriously, let's change the plan, we'll keep the wall high and go find the dragon egg. You two, stop the monsters and buy me some time, I understand. That's why the dragon is angry, but we can't just give all that gold, that egg, to those people they destroyed Klock. Father Hira came forward. Honey, what must you be planning? Well, I don't care. As she spoke, she revealed a cunning smile. Without further ado, Hira's father just jumped up and attacked the dragon. I like to talking, as long as I'm happy, that's all. Choi Jin also jumped down, she held the spear to attack the dragon. Lee Ki-young now silently calculated, a mother dragon and her eggs, we will become a very good ingredient. While thinking, a strange noise interrupted Lee Ki-young's thoughts right now. What the heck is that noise? As soon as he turned around, he was extremely shocked. To see that in front of him was the dragon egg he was looking for before, but now the egg was showing signs of breaking. Lee Ki-young stiffened. Is it a dragon egg? Why is it here? But at this time, he did not expect that there was danger lurking. A huge dragon with murderous eyes was staring at Lee Ki-young. He also discovered it, a bit panicked. What is this? This shadow? At this moment, the dragon opened its mouth wide. From the mouth a fireball came out to attack Lee Ki-young. While it released a fireball at Lee Ki-young, it seemed like he was burned. Fortunately, Lee Ki-young promptly used a magic ring to create a shield. He breathed and silently rejoiced. Great, a magic shield ring. This ring is really useful. I also got the fruit. Egg. At this time he held the dragon egg in his hand. The dragon egg slowly turned closer to Lee Ki-young's body. Seeing that, what did you think? Does he think I just saved him? Why is it snuggling against me like that? The protective shield was about to not be able to resist for long. And the mother dragon still did not forgive Lee Ki-young. It continued to exhale stronger fireballs. The shield could not stand it and broke. Melted, Lee Ki-young hugged the egg tightly and tried to endure as much as possible. Suddenly the ground shook slightly. He also felt something strange. Lee Ki-young couldn't help but be confused. Why did the ground crack? Oh? The ground cracked, shook loudly. Lee Ki-young couldn't do anything and immediately fell down. He silently cursed. Ah damn. When the soldiers saw that, they were extremely impatient. Commander. Lee Ki-young thought to himself, damn, I guess an attack from a dragon is a bit too much for a rare level item. Well then, is that the mother dragon of this egg? But why does it attack regardless? Wait, doesn't it know that it's holding the egg? The dragon rushed down to Lee Giyoung. It seemed like something made it panic and cry out. Seeing his reaction like that, he half smiled and said, "What is that? Is this what you're looking for?" The dragon also saw the egg in Lee Giyoung's hand. It immediately cried in pain. Lee Giyoung chuckled and thought, "What an interesting reaction, I knew it right away. Definitely the mother dragon." While he was about to fall, Yung Hyan used his staff to release a magic beam to catch him and the egg. Lee Giyoung also gently landed. Yung Hyan was worried run over. "Brother, are you okay?" He coughed softly, thinking, "Good job Yung Hyan. I bet everything on you, our beloved magician." Then he happily looked at Yung Hyan. "Thank you, Yung Hyan. I was able to survive thanks to your magic." Seeing the dragon attacking the soldiers, he calculated, "Okay, the soldiers are now holding the mother dragon back. I will take advantage of this opportunity to take the egg." Then he touched his shirt and couldn't find the egg anymore. Lee Giyoung panicked. "Damn, my gold, I mean my egg." Yung Hyan is confused. "Huh, eggs?" Lee Giyoung said, "Don't you see the dragon egg I just held in my hand? Ah, I think I saw something like that." Lee Giyoung was a little annoyed, thinking uncomfortably, "Damn, I'm sure I must have just finished carrying it in my arms. I must have dropped it in the fall just now. What if the egg broke when I fell? Who knows what now? Damn it, if only Yung Hyan knew what to do using protection magic on it would be good." No, but that's not her fault. She must have been unable to pay attention to the things around her because she was too focused on saving her. It's my fault for too dependent on others. Looking at his face, Yung Hyan hesitantly said, "Brother, is something wrong? Is it because of that egg? I'm sorry, I didn't know it was that important. It's okay. Don't worry about it anymore. Just try to keep your mana, we need to keep fighting." For now, Park Deok-gu and the soldiers ran to ask, "Brother, are you okay? Commander, are you okay? Are you injured anywhere?" But in response, Lee Giyoung only said, "Egg," making Park Deok-gu wonder, why? He turned his head and frowned in annoyance and said, "Quickly find the dragon egg, quickly," then thought to himself, "Damn it, I'll go find the egg myself." Immediately he and the two of them quickly left. Looking for the egg, only Yung Hyan still stood there blankly. She wondered, "Are you disappointed in me?" Then she remembered Lee Giyoung's eyes. "It's okay, don't worry about it." Making her blame herself even more. Was it because she couldn't save the egg? Is it because I'm useless? The egg was also dropped somewhere. As soon as the two monsters saw the egg they were hungry. The egg immediately ran away. By chance they saw two monsters chasing the egg. "Egg," Park Deok-gu spoke up. "Ah, brother, over there." Seeing that, Lee Giyoung immediately ordered, "Grab it, Park Deok-gu." "Okay, leave it to me." Hearing your command, immediately went out and grabbed the egg. But the dragon egg had already grown wings and flew up, causing Park Deok-gu to not have time to exchange it and fall to the ground. He quickly apologized, "I'm sorry, it seems like it run to the place where the monsters are gathering. It's okay. Just kill them one by one and you'll be fine. Anyway, with those wings, it can't fly very far, okay?" When he also summoned the sword, Yung Hyan stood next to him, casting spells and muttering, "I can't disappoint you anymore. I can't disappoint you anymore. I can't disappoint you." Moreover, hearing that, Lee Giyoung thought to herself, "She's really scary." Then she raised her staff high and cast a spell, shouting, storming her sword, killing two monsters. Another threatened to rush forward. Park Deok-gu used a shield to block. Lee Giyoung ordered, "Right now, Juliana, kill it." Killed a few, he thought to himself. Automatic attack is true, that's great. Swordsmanship is as easy as pie. Okay, let's go, Juliana. Suddenly Juliana's sword fades away. Status window appears. Player Lee Giyoung doesn't have enough mana to continuing to use the legendary sword. This is called giving pigs a jade bracelet, right? You are helpless, what is this? Over there Park Deok-gu was fighting back the monsters and screaming, "Captain, I don't think we can do this. There are too many of them." Yung Hyan was also panting at this time, said, "No, I can't let Oppa be disappointed like that." Lee Giyoung stood dumbfounded, thinking, "Damn, my precious shield." Then he spoke, "Okay, then let's fall." But before he could, the monster behind him suddenly attacked Lee Giyoung. Both were startled and cried out, "Captain, brother!" All three seemed to be about to die. Then the monster was tragically killed. Blood splattered everywhere, each part falling to pieces. Here his father held the monster's head up in his hand.